This morning we're kicking off our Amazing Kids series with a young computer whiz who's got big plans.
She's just 10, but she's teaching other kids about coding and making it fun.
My mission is to get young kids excited about coding in a really fun way. When the idea sparked, I was about 6 and a half, but then when the game came into market, I was 8 years old. Then right here, where it says write your code.
Meet Samaira Mehta, now a 10-year-old fifth grader and a full-fledged Silicon Valley entrepreneur.
This was one of the early prototypes. There was something like this.
She invented Coder Bunnies, a no-screen interactive board game that teaches kids how to code by using cards and tokens to make a sequence.
I would like you to take a moment to think about the power. The power in our hands. The total combined power of this group. You know, I believe we have just grown too accustomed to this power that we panic whenever we forget it or can't find it. But did you know that the current toasters are more powerful than that used in the first moon landing? And now think of how that compares to your phone. Some say that the current iPhone is almost 1,000,000 times more powerful than that used in the first landing. However, technology is not the future. People are the future. And here today, you are getting a look at the future. It's young kids like us who will be building that future.
Wow, isn't she amazing? 6.5 years old when she got her idea for her first game. And now she has 3 games out there on the market. This last one, CoderMarz. She is a very dynamic 13-year-old who has a great future. And I bet you we'll see her in MIT getting a doctorate and probably going to be an astronaut and one of the first people out on Mars. She is amazing. You've just seen a couple of clips from a couple of different NBC News and the C2 talk that she gave in Montreal. This is an amazing young lady, and I am glad to be able to feature her game here today for you. And I can't be more pleased to be able to say that, you know, I knew her when. Of course, I haven't met her physically, but she is a young lady with ambition and loves computers apparently and programming, and she wants to see every kid in the world learn how to program. Hey, as a computer programmer, and I spent 15 years doing computer programming, I can appreciate that. And hopefully with this we'll put her name out there even more for the future. So please, without further ado, let's take a look at CoderMarz. So here it is down on the table. It's called, as I said, CoderMarz. And it's for 2 players. And there is the back. And you are going to, let me just read the back for you. It's the year 2090. Your spaceship has just landed on Mars. Captain Capability, Captain Courage, Captain Creativity, and Captain Compassion must be able to train themselves on Mars to collect supplies in order to help them settle. But here's the twist. To help the astronauts survive, you are the mastermind. Your astronauts need to collect all the supplies and essentials to survive on Mars, and you can use the predictive instincts to do so. The idea is easy. Play a board game, help the astronaut explore Mars, visit various places, collect necessary supplies, and a lot more. All the fun and exciting of a Martian adventure. So I'm going to say that this is educational, learning AI, coding, and explore Mars. So this is a good under the tree as we come up to Christmas time. So let's take a moment and we're going to get this baby unboxed. So let's pull the unboxing here. You may be hearing barking in the back. That's just my dogs playing. That is unfortunate that this happens, but I can't prevent them from doing that. You are hearing the Chihuahua going crazy in the background. That is Thor. He is complaining about something because I think the 2 puppies are playing. Now that's the puppy. So we have the rulebook on top, very traditional. We have a number of tokens, which I assume are the supply tokens. We have a game board. We have screened meeples, very nice, a dice. Each one looks like they have their own deck, and we're going to explore that a little bit when we organize it. and a very basic board. And it looks like Mars underneath, and it names the different craters and whatnot. So you're going to have your starts, and we have half the names I can't even pronounce. Valle Marinas, Margarita Terra. So that is the board, and you can see all the start spaces there. I almost folded it the wrong way. Each of these cards, we're going to take a closer look at these when we, that's obviously for the blue player. This says, it looks like this two-sided Ganges Chasm. And it has information about each one of them, so that's pretty cool. So it's educational, so you can understand about the planet Mars a little bit. Oh, we have token holders here, which is great. So they thought about how they were going to organize it by the looks of it, because it looks like there's 4 different types of tokens. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but wait, crystals and bigger crystals. So we're going to organize this. We're going to get these cards. Now, there's no room in the box for sleeved cards, but that's okay. I don't think we absolutely need to have sleeved cards here. But that is what's in the box. So I have to learn this game now. I'm going to do a run-through with it. So let's head down to the table in a minute or so and do the run-through. Welcome. We are down at the table looking at CoderMarz. This is a 2 to 4 player AI coding game. And it is a special game because it was created by a 10-year-old. It is available on Amazon.com for, I think it was $39. I will flash the price up once we get there again. And basically what it is you are going to play 2 astronauts. In this case, we were playing red and blue, and they do have names, actually. Let's just see what we are. So the blue is Captain Capability, and red is Captain Compassion. And here's everything we need for a 2-player game. There might be a little rustling during the video because I have a 9-week-old puppy running around my feet in my room, making a lot of noise. But that is how life goes in the north. Nothing is ever easy. The 2 big dogs are outside enjoying the cold weather. It is minus 28 degrees Celsius. As I said, we have everything out here that we need to play. We have our decks, we have our minerals, and we have 2 minerals. We have water, food, we have some volcanoes, we have some CO2, we have our minerals, we have our red, there we are, 1 for each, basically. What everybody is actually going to get is 1 set of minerals, and we're going to shuffle them up, give 4 to everybody, and then they're going to put them on randomly on the board. And then what we're going to do is use our cards to program the captains. And we're going to roll the dice, draw the number of cards as shown on the dice face, and then program our captains in order. Now these are the special coding cards, and we're going to play with those. And so we'll have 2 decks each, and we're going to draw minimum 1 from the special cards and the common cards. And in here is a function card that allows you to build a function. And we have shuffle, peek, and diffuse, which will help us play the game. So those are the major cards. And we'll show you those cards a little closer as we play. There's one there that tells us we can go forward. And there's one that says go in any direction. And there one says go left, go right. So these are very basic. And as I was saying, each one of these cards represents a very basic move. Move forward, move left, move right, move any direction once, move any direction twice. We have some function cards. We have ifs and whiles. And we have some function cards that allow us to take 2 of these cards and build functions that we can use throughout the game with 2 cards. And we'll explain more of that as we go along. Of course, we have our shuffle, peek, and diffuse. And we have our cards, and you can pick a set of cards and you can put out your minerals. And the blue player is that. And the blue player has the same thing. And so we're going to shuffle those up. But this is a great game to put in a classroom, a great game for parents to try to teach logical thinking. I am a computer programmer. I started out in COBOL back in 1995, and I programmed for about 15 years. And I do other things now. I'm a project manager and business analyst now. But these are very basic to some of the all of the languages that are out there today. If statements, while statements, do something, go. So if you've ever heard of turtle graphics, this is how turtle graphics worked. Go 1, turn left, take another step, turn right, take another step. So very, very similar to how coding was taught in the early days. With that being said, let's get down to the table, let's set up our decks and get moving. So we're ready to start. We have placed our 6 resources and 2 volcanoes randomly on the board. We have using our location cards, we have put the red here and the blue here. These are minerals we have to get up. We have our special cards that we can use, which can help us if we want to look at and do certain things. So we are playing at the advanced game now. The rule basically being, if you use one of these cards, you can't. You have to sort of start your drawing. So I could go hit a volcano, use diffuse, but if I had a big 6, then we can't do that. So it's like an interrupt in a program. So we interrupt the program, and then the program is basically going to go back and do something else. So anyway, the first thing we're going to roll blue. He gets a 2, so he's just going to roll. He's going to just pick up 2 basic. Now blue is facing me, so we're actually going to be opposites, like this. And so he can't go first really. So it's going to be up and back, but he really doesn't want to go there. So one of the things in programming we can do is certainly we could program it to basically, if you do that, you're going to throw an error, which would take us back to the loop, and it says do the next step, which puts us here. Not exactly an ideal first turn for the blue. Red is going to roll 3. He is going to take his first card, which is, if right is not blocked, which it is, explore 1 step. So right is blocked, so he could conceivably use this to go left, and he can pick up 2 more cards, which is an up card. So I think the first thing he's going to do is go here, if right is not blocked. Yeah, I think we're going to do something like this. Now, the first thing we're going to do is go up 1, so we can get our resource. Then we're going to go this way. Now, right is not blocked, so we're going to explore 1 step, which means we're going to go back this way. And that's basically how if something is true, do it. If it's not true, do something else. And we'll just put our cards over here for discard. It is our blue's turn. He rolls a 1. He is having some issues here. And the only thing he can do is go forward 1. Red's turn. Whoops. Red's turn. Rolls a 2. He's going to take 2. 1, 2. This allows him to move 1 and go up 1. That's it. We'll program it. Now, normally I would put them out for you, but with 2 cards, I can do that in my hand fairly quickly. It is blue's a turn. Whoops. Try to keep that there. He rolls a 3, so he's going to take an advance card. And 1, 2. Let's put that down a little bit. So his first card is, if resource on Mars is less than 4, which is not explore 2, if not explore 1 step any. Well, that's a good one. So if we bring that up close, you can see the the less than sign. So that means he can go 1 step any. Then he can do a 1 step in any direction, and then his right, or my right, it's his left. So anyway, the first thing we do is going to take 1 step any. He was able to pick up a resource. There we go. He's got a better start now. And then he can go in any direction. Oh, he's got 2 now, and then he has to go this way. There we go. And that is as simple as the coding gets in this game. And we'll just show you those cards a little bit closer. It is now Red's turn. Red rolls a 3. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to pick up a 1, 2, 3. And he has a while forward not blocked. Explore. Well, that's just going to take him here. Oh my gosh. It's not really helpful. So I think what he's going to do is do this. Then he's going to do this. And then he's going to do this. Now I'll explain that in a minute. So the first thing he's going to do is move left. Then while not blocked, step forward. So it is not blocked. So you can step forward into our resource and he will pick that up. It's a volcano. At this point in time, he can move the volcano if he uses his... So he's going to use his diffuse card. And he's going to move the volcano. That is the end of our turn. We can't use any more cards. But at least we don't have to go back home. And then he can put the volcano in any spot at that point. Now, people are going to know what the volcano is. So I'm just going to... make it a little harder for blue to get there by putting the volcano here. Let's be a little bit fair. Let's put it there. It is blue's turn. You know, we're not. It's a friendly game. We have a 5, so he's going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have a if left is not blocked or left is a resource, explore 1 step. We have to turn it this way because his left is my right. So he could go 1 step conceivably. He could go 1 in any direction. He could go 2 in any direction. 2 and 1. Okay, now because they're any direction, I've just left them straight up. So the first thing it says is, if left is not blocked or left is a resource, move 1 step. That works very well for blue. And just put that in resource. He can move 1 step, which is going to put him here. That means he can pick up some water, which he already has. So he can, rule says that he can put this, leave it upside down because he's going to look at it and not tell anybody what it is. And he says, I'm going to put it way down here. Now he can move 2. This is the way we should have it. Now he's going to move 2. He says 1, 2. He's going to move 1 to pick up his material. And he's going to move 2 more. 1, 2. Red's turn. Red's looking a little bit behind now, but he did hit that volcano. Red's going to get 6. Well, let me give him something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So function, pick a new card, and we'll talk about that function in a second. In fact, we'll talk about it now. So a function is basically a piece of code that you can repeat multiple times. So the first thing we're going to do is take a card, says 2 in any direction, and a right. Okay, I like that. So the way we set up a function is we'll do this. So anytime we want to call it during our turn, we're going to go 2 in any direction and then make a right turn. And no, I can't go through him to get that resource because he blocks, as well as his minerals block. So he can move right, he can move up. Let's start with an up, I think, because that gets us there. Oh, another up, which is good. Then in this, in any direction. So after consulting with the rules, there are more function cards in here, and when you draw a function card, you can call the function. Okay, so the first thing we do is going to move up. Second thing we do, move up. We get a green resource. Then we're going to move this way, and then we can move any direction one way. Sure. There we go. That is red. Blue's looking actually really, really good at this point. He rolls a 4. 1, 2. I think he's just going to go straight this time. So let's just see what we can do here. So when turn our cards, he can move forward. He can move neither way. I can't get to here. Or he can get down here. Well, let's try this. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Blue really didn't have a lot of luck that turn. Red's looking pretty good. He gets 6, so we might as well pull a advance card. While left is not blocked, explore 1 step left, and 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So left would leave us here. Left would be here, which is good. That takes us to there. We can go any direction. We really don't want to go back. I think we'll take a 2, a 1, a 2, and a 1. Okay, while not blocked, we can explore left. 1 left, that's good. We're going to move 1 left, which takes us to here, which is green. We already have green, so he says, I'm going to move it way over to here. He says, now I can move 2 in any direction. 1, 2. Move 1 in any direction. Oh, man. I screwed it up. I screwed it up. Oh, my. See, I should have paid more attention. Oh, no, that's okay. 1 in any direction. 2. 1, 2. And that green again. Oh, man. You're going to put it over here. I should have remembered that. And then this way. So it looks to me the 2 I'm going to need down there. So I've probably given some stuff away to blue here. And blue's going, 2. He's going to just pull 2 normals. 2 in any direction and 2 in any direction. So he's going to go 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And hopefully that's something he can use. It's another volcano. He too is going to use his diffuse. Actually, to tell you the truth, he says, you know what? I don't mind being sent home. So he's going to go back to the start. His game, the turn is over. Bang. The reason why I did that is because we have cards here that he needs. He has no reason to not go back to his home plate. Sometimes it's just best to get that error. I only get 1. Whew. Let's pull a coding card that says, if a resource on Mars is less than 4, 1, 2, 3, yep, they are. Explore 2 steps any. Well, there we go. 1. This gives him a second mineral, and 2 steps any. And move back this way, 2. It's going to be a race now, folks. It is a race. Blue, who's going to roll? He's going to roll a 4. I think he's just going to take 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a, that way, up, over. Oh my. It basically is going to take him farther away. Well, let's do it this way. So he's going to move 1, 1, 1, 1. That way he doesn't move too far away from down here. He might actually use his shuffle next turn. In fact, red's going to do that. Red says, I'm going to shuffle, which means I can shuffle some resources. He says, you know what, I'm going to shuffle resources here and here. I don't know, I think that's the green one. He only needs that one and this one. But he does help the blue a little bit too at the same time. So he's actually going to put one over here, and that blocks. It makes it a little harder for blue. Okay, blue says, whoops, blue says 1. So blue just says, I'm going to take 1. One in any direction. He goes here. That's the green. He needs his last blue, which is here, but he only drew 1. Red is going to roll. He rolls a 6, so he's going to take an advance and 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If left is not block or left is a resource, take 1 step left. Perfect. And he has to get that last. He got both minerals, and that's his. So I think he's going to go this, and this, and this, and see what we can do here. So the first thing he says is we're going to go this way, which is his O2, and he needs to get this. And then he's basically home. So he can move 2 in any direction. Well, blue is blocking, so he really can't. Sure he can. It goes 1, 2, any direction, 1, 2, and 1. Takes him right to where he needs to be. Blue says, shuffle. He can move up to 2 resources. He says, here, buddy, you want it? You go get it. Red rolls the dice again. He only gets 1. He's going to do it. Hopefully he gets a forward, one of these. While backwards, not block, explore 1 backwards. That did not help him. Blue goes, I'm going to roll 4. So he's going to grab 1, 2, 3, and 4. And remember, his cards are backwards from us. 2 in any direction. He wants 2 in any direction to start. Then he's going to play these 2 cards and 2 in any direction. So he starts at 2 in any direction. He picks up his last mineral. Now it's a race because he's trying to get here. 2 in any direction. He just discards these, and then 2, he just starts his way up. Now we are into the end game. Red needs to get down here, which is unfortunate. He rolls a 3. He's going to pull that. And 2, 1, 2. Oh, 2 in any direction. If right is not blocked or right is resource, explore 1 to the right. He doesn't really want to go right. So I think I'll try this. So he has to go right. Then he has to move 2 up because this is a 2 in any direction, and right again. That really doesn't help him that much. Blue rolls a 5. So what we're going to need to do is shuffle his deck back up. And he's going to take 1 advanced. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a race for blue now. He just has to get home. He's got 2 volcanoes to do, but he has a diffuse, so he's not in bad shape. He's got while left not block, explore 1. Well, he doesn't really want to do that. Let's see. He can move up 1. You can go in any direction 1. While left, which is my right. Okay, the first thing he's going to do is move up 1, move over 1, 2 in any direction, 1, 2, over 1, and over 1. He's a little bit closer. Red turn. Red has to get down here to get that card, and he has a 1. Well, maybe he'll get a while moving forward here. If resource on Mars is greater than 8, if not explore 2, well, that's better. 1, 2. So we count 1. So the greater sign is, looks like, kind of like that. Greater than, less than, depending on which side of the equation you're on. Blue's turn. Blue rolls a 6. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to turn it this way. He certainly doesn't want to go that way. He certainly can go 1, 2, or 1, 2. So we go 1, 2, and then 1 in a direction. Any direction. Certainly 1 in that direction. And then it probably won't matter. So if we look at this, he's going to go 1, 2, 1 in this direction, 1 up. He is home. He has hit the end of the program. That is the end of the game. A very simple game. Let's talk about the game in terms of final thoughts. So let's talk about final thoughts. So final thoughts. So what did I think of this game? Well, let's talk about theme. Theme, I love Mars. Mars is a good theme. I think this works well for this game. It could have been any planet. It could have been any type of genre, really. But Mars works. There's a lot of buzz around Mars because, of course, we are looking to advance our space program and go to Mars. You know, Elon Musk and those types are trying to get to Mars so they can colonize it, probably so that they can open up a Jeff Bezos could open up an Amazon Mars, you know, supply the universe. But anyway, okay, that was a bad joke. Maybe I should strike it, but I'm going to leave it in because I love bad jokes. So theme-wise, this works. Love Mars. Love the coding. The coding aspect's a lot of fun. You really have to give it some thought. Now, I am a coder, so it's easy to pick up. The concepts are easy to pick up in this game. So this is a good game. I would say maybe 8, 9, 10 could start playing this game. It's all icon driven, so you really don't need a lot of reading skills. However, the function cards, that you could take out the function cards. You can take out the advanced cards and just play a very basic game. So if you had younger kids whose reading skills aren't quite there, you could take out all the purple cards, which are the special cards, and of course the green cards, and just play with the basic deck. So that aspect is really good. 2, the rules. The rules are good. I was able to pick up the rules fairly quickly. I'm a kinesthetic learner. That means I need to see it. I like visual learning and kinesthetic doing and learning. So reading rules is always a little problematic with me. But these rules are fairly well written. No issues with these rules whatsoever. Replayability, great replayability. You shuffle your cards. You play your Mars down. The more players, I think, probably would get into a better game because there's a more fight for resources, and resources are going to get shuffled around a bit more, perhaps. But it's hard to simulate that in a 2-player game when you're playing yourself. But learning your rules when you're by yourself, this works just fine. So I think at a higher player count, 3 or 4, there certainly would be more challenge. And so this is a great family game, great for that Christmas. And I highly recommend it, that if you get an opportunity to buy this game and put it under your Christmas tree, do that. Components. This one is a little bit tough. Not the highest quality components that there are. As I said earlier, I mean, the board is not laying flat, which is always a concern. The cards are a little thin, but I'm a sleever. I'll sleeve these up and they'll be fine. Right, I'll put them in an FFG sleeve, a 0.92 micron sleeve, and they'll be stiff as a board. They probably will even lose their bend, which I'm not really too keen on. So there was a quality control issue going into the packaging. Certainly not the designer, publisher's fault. They probably should have looked at that and seen that problem. Perhaps they've been laying around a bit more and dried out a bit. And that often causes these types of problems. But all in all, you know, that's okay. These things happen in production. I wouldn't say it's a fate worse than death. The boards will come back with play as they wear a little bit, so there's no problem. So the other last one is value. It's about a $40 game. That's what you would expect to pay for a game with cards and some minimal amount of counters and nice wooden meeples. So it would have been nice if they were, other than just blue, that each meeple kind of was a little bit different. Again, that's not a showstopper. I mean, lots of games are like that. It just gives us a little bit of a more visual type of a cue that is our marker. And I don't think these may have a problem with colorblind. I can't tell because, you know, the red, blue, green, because we have a purplish, so that purple and red might be difficult to tell apart for people who are colorblind. So we have to keep that in mind when we design our markers. Even here, though, that's okay because we have icons. So if we look at the blue, even if you were blue colorblind, you can clearly see that these are two different resources. Other than that, I would say that the function cards work well, the basic cards work well, the advanced work well. The only difference I would say is, how do I tell? For a young kid, right? I would say that you would want something here that says, you know, like maybe a single step versus 3 steps, or something that's a little special that denotes that this is a function card, or a higher advanced card, I should say, an advanced card. The value, good. Put it under your tree. I think it's a lot of fun. The components, I come from a time where components were very sparse, so that is not a concern or a worry, because I played on those paper mats with counters and, you know, yuck. So I say this is a great job. This is definitely a game that belongs in a classroom, perhaps, or with a family with kids on a family night. This is a good introduction to board games, especially programming, because there are a number of board games out there that do use programming. Tiny Epic Mechs is one of those that I have in my collection. I think it's the only game that uses programming in my collection. So, but beyond that, great game. Good job. 2 thumbs up. Anyway, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. It's just a click, very easy click. Subscribe. I really appreciate it. Subscribe. When you subscribe, you really show me that you really appreciate what I do. I take the time out. These take a few hours to do. It doesn't take any effort to hit the subscribe button, and I would really appreciate it. Notify, if you want to be notified of these types of things. I do a variety of types of things. Sometimes I do reviews, sometimes I do playthroughs. I do a lot of tutorials teaching how to play games. That is the main thing I do. I am mainly a solo player, but it doesn't mean I don't take a time out to look at a 2-player or 4-player game. Other than that, I hang out in my usual haunts. Board Game Revolution, Board Games for One, Solo Board Game, the Board Game Group, and everything board game. So please, you're welcome to join me, ping me, make some comments in comments below. With that being said, I am out of here. It is Sunday morning. I need a coffee badly because I started this at 5 in the morning after I took care of my dogs. And for you American Thanksgiving fans, I did not, in honor of that, drink my Jones turkey and gravy soda. It is numbered, actually, it's 5,037 out of 35,000 bottles. I may keep this and pull it out every year because I can use it 2 times a year for the Canadian Thanksgiving and for the American Thanksgiving. If you don't watch any other video, have a safe holiday season. Have a merry holiday season. Today for me, November 28th, is the first day of Hanukkah. So we will be celebrating Hanukkah in our house. We have our candles and we are ready to go. So thanks very much for joining me today. My name is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. We will see you the next time.